I could not help myself because I was away from you so long and I knew you were dying without me. I have packed this show with so much good stuff. Three guests. I'm going to be flying through here. This is going to be one of the shows that you will talk about forever. It's going to be that fantastic. I will now just kick it off a little bit with a segment from the Urban Chameleon. She is based out of Atlanta, and she always gives us some really great video clips. And for a past couple of weeks, I had been showing Let 'Em Drag that she had introduced us to, a parody music video, which was so funny, and so many requests for watching that video. And now she has given me another gem from the show Intervention. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen the show Intervention, but if you haven't, it's basically a show where a person who is on drugs or has some sort of an addiction has their close loved ones, family members, etc., have an intervention. That's right. They stage an intervention with a therapist and they express their feelings, and hopefully that person who is addicted decides to go ahead and go on a path to recovery. So after I have seen this show, it's been pretty emotional. The Urban Chameleon sent me a clip of an intervention which has the worst cry ever. Now, I will do this disclaimer that it's kind of sad to be making fun of someone who is going through such a personal experience, but the kind of pain that this man is in has emoted such a is emoted in such a visceral way in this clip, and I hope everyone is ready to see it. And you can now see the devastation that drugs and not being there for your family can cause. Whenever we're ready, we're going to roll that clip. And I'd love to hear what you think. By the way, this is an interactive experience. It's 626-794-2116. You can always call in and tell us what you think. So, let's roll that clip from Intervention, and let's see what you guys think.
Because I know somewhere. I still love you. I still love you. I still love you. I still love you.
Wow. The son also was emotional, and the father was also emotional. I don't know if you were able to really feel that pain, but that was a lot. When you cry in a version where it's just like, ah, that's pain inside. What else I'm going to talk to you about is, oh, I'm so sorry. I moved my mic away. So that was really a powerful and crazy experience. Thank you, Urban Chameleon, for providing us that clip. Now, a lot of you may have not known about this, but Mary J. Blige was recently involved in a very controversial commercial for Burger King because she sang about crispy chicken. Now, as a black person, I feel that I can talk about anything I want and eat anything I want. That's right, even watermelon or chicken. I don't necessarily find it offensive. But people gave her a lot of flack for that. And she actually backed down and said that that was not actually what she planned to sing about at all. She was singing about ingredients and not about crispy chicken. So I have an exclusive for you. First interview from Mary J. Blige, who is now addressing this. It was on Take Part TV's Brain Food, and she talks about this controversial commercial. And once we show that, I will then be able to show you our new guests for today's episode, Cyber Dating with Shannon Morton, then Alexenia Davis, a poet, and then we will follow it up with a rap group. That's right, in studio, live performance, and an exclusive music video from them. I will be talking to Quotes and his crew and really understand the whole concept, that's another member, about their rap group. So up next, after this exclusive video from Mary J. Blige, Cyber Dating with Shannon Morton, Poet, Alexenia Davis, and the Rap Crew. Enjoy.
What's in that chicken wrap?
Racism.
Is it fat-free?
Racism.
Hi, welcome to Take Part TV's Brain Food Daily. I'm Noelle.
And I'm Barrick.
Months after her
And I'm
controversial Burger King commercial was taken off the airwaves after accusations of racism, Mary J. Blige has finally broken her silence.
BFD has secured this exclusive sit-down interview.
It's been 2 months since the controversial Mary J. Blige Burger King commercial was pulled from the airwaves over accusations of racism.
Hi. So we tried to get real crunk and real crazy and real technologically savvy by streaming live on my Facebook while doing this show. What we got instead was reverb. Crazy, crazy reverb. So unfortunately, if you are watching on Facebook, you need to go to the PasadenaCommunitynetwork.com PasadenaCommunityNetwork.com site and watch the show from there. We are shutting my Facebook page down where you could watch it streaming so that we can bring you this live exclusive clip from Mary J. Blige. Ready to show that clip one more again?
Hi, welcome to Take Part TV's Brain Food Daily. I'm Noelle.
And I'm Barrick.
Months after her controversial Burger King commercial was taken off the airwaves after accusations of racism, Mary J. Blige has finally broken her silence.
BFD has secured this exclusive sit-down interview.
It's been 2 months since the controversial Mary J. Blige Burger King commercial was pulled from the airwaves over accusations of racism. In an exclusive BFD interview, I sat down with the singer as she breaks her silence over the crispy chicken heard round the world.
And that's what I told JoJo.
Oh, how's KC doing these days?
Not good.
Sorry I asked.
He needs a kidney.
But Mary, I do have to ask one question. What's the 411 with that Burger King commercial?
Oh, come on, Spencer. No more drama. All right? I don't want no more drama in my life, my life, my life.
Okay, but how has the criticism personally affected you?
Look, I'm just fine. Ooh, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna shed no tears, Spencer.
Mary, these are your song lyrics.
Well, you know how I do.
So you really didn't see any of this backlash coming?
No, I was not expecting this. I saw all the media and all things that people were saying about me, and I was like, I'm going down.
You didn't see this coming. This is like Selena Gomez doing a Taco Bell commercial singing about how much she loves burritos.
Well, you know what? That sounds racist.
Right, and this is a commercial with a black woman singing about fried chicken.
No, this was never about a chicken commercial. This was about me singing about ingredients.
Okay, I have some of the lyrics here. Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, 3 cheese.
That was the remix. They did that without my permission, okay? Yeah, I can sing you the real song right now.
Okay, let's hear your side.
Crispy chicken, it's just jocking. My freshness, my cheese, and how I'm dressing. Wrapped up in so shady tortilla.
Shady tortilla?
It's a metaphor.
So, what's next with you?
You know what, Spencer? I'm searching for a real love. Someone to call my own real love.
Okay. One more question, Mary. What's in the new chicken wrap?
Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce. Spencer, you got me.
Yeah. This has been Spencer J. Gilbert with Mary J. Blige. Back to you guys. Thanks, Mary.
Shout out to KC. Feel better.
Well, that was very in-depth and informative, and I'm glad she broke her silence.
And she looked really good.
That was definitely not
That was definitely her.
hair and her.
And her.
That white guy, though, that guy was not him. He was not that white guy.
Hey, follow Friday night.
It's not Friday.
Hi. Amazing, right? Seeing Mary J. Blige talking to the fans.
That was amazing.
Hi, hello, welcome, Shannon Morton.
Thanks. Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So crazy stuff. I feel like it was appropriate for us to show Mary J. Blige because it's pop culture, and you are the queen of pop culture.
So it's been said. So you've said that a few times.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have a wonderful new blog, Tumblr actually, that is getting a lot of buzz and a lot of good and bad publicity. So let's talk about it. It's called cyberdatinghell.tumblr.com.
It is. I don't know if it should be cyber dating hell because it's actually the good, the bad, and the funny of online dating. And for me, it's more funny.
So just
cyberdating.tumblr.com.
cyberdating.tumblr.com.
But hell seemed more appropriate at the time.
Oh, that is great. So what spawned this idea to do this? Because you're a pretty lady. You don't seem like you need any dates. Can someone call in if they feel like Shannon is too pretty to be online? Is that a misnomer that pretty people aren't online?
That actually is. It's a huge misnomer. It's, you know, what's the difference? Everyone's on their phone. Everyone's using technology right now. So it's like, what's the difference between meeting some guy at the bar and him being like, oh, do you have a Facebook? You know, that's how you really get to know people right now. So I was like, actually, that's not what spawned it. It was, I was in this very limbo phase of life, and I was like, oh my God, what if I have to live out of my car? My lease ended. I don't have a place. Like, what's going on? And so it's like, my mom once told me, just go on a date. It's a free meal. Like, I'm like, I can save some money. Exactly, right?
So let's get this straight. So, and by the way, I have actually gone online for dating, and I don't feel like only unattractive people are online because I was there, and I do feel it is modern technology. That is the way to go. That's the way to meet people. It's just, you hear that, especially from like my parents who are like, why would you do that? But I think that is so amazing that your mom said dates are a free meal.
Yeah, she did. And
even in 2012, because chivalry, I believe, is kind of dead.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit of the dates that you have seen.
I do have
Are
a story
those men
about
being very chivalrous and trying to take you out?
I do have a partner in this. We actually go by the names Ebony and Ivory on our blog.
Let me guess. You're Ebony.
No, not at all.
Oh.
No, yes, I'm Ebony.
Okay.
And she's Ivory, and she's a cute little blonde girl. I think we have a photo of her somewhere in the building. She's like this cute blonde girl, and we've kind of manipulated these dating websites. She actually is on there for just casual sex, like casual, like encounters. And
Really?
I'm on for
Marriage.
Literally, marriage. No sex here until like we're getting married.
That's what your profile says.
Yeah.
So you're telling guys on that site as Ebony, I see now they put up, so that woman is up for casual sex.
Yes, this cute, or that cute little face right there.
And so what are people saying to her? Are they like asking her to go and get her an address?
It's been very, very funny because, I'm sorry for the clap. It's been very funny because I get more derogatory things than she does. Because what she gets is, oh my God, you look so innocent and so beautiful and so ravishing and so pretty. I would have never thought it. But for me, it's like, hey, are you DTF?
DTF is down for sex. F is not sex. It means another word for
One
letters.
of those.
Oh my goodness. Call right now if you have a comment about why Ebony and Ivory are getting two different kind of plays online. Now, let me just ask you this.
Yes.
Do you think it has to do with the whole to catch a predator foolery, that maybe they see Bethany or Ivory, and they think, oh no, this is a trap?
Well,
The 60 Minutes guy is going to come out, or 20 Minutes guy.
I don't think so. She actually went on a date with one of these guys that were like, you're so pretty, you're so innocent, and he was in a wheelchair when she got there. So It's just this perception. I was like, oh, you got catfished, you know, like.
What
it's
does
just like-
catfish mean?
Catfish is a documentary that happened a while back where this guy fell in love over Facebook with a girl, and it turned out like he tracked her, and she was like this 60-year-old woman that lived in like the Midwest. I mean, so, and then I go out on a date, and I get someone who really is like a nice guy or whatever.
Oh,
you know?
that's
So
good.
It's different.
So you did get a nice guy on a date.
I've got a nice guy. I've got a bisexual guy. I've got.
You've gotten a lot of shots of people's penises, correct?
Yeah, people have sent me dick pics. I mean, I'm not opposed to them.
Sirs, stop it. Let me just give you guys 5 tips of what you should not do on online dating. Number 1, take a shirtless photo. Number 2,
Tons of those.
take a photo in front of your car. Number 3, and caller, hello, how are you? Come on, online, because I would like to do number 3 and 4 and then have you weigh in. Caller, I also think do not take a photograph of you and your girlfriend and then try to cut her out
That
in a weird
happens
way.
all the time.
Dumb.
All the time.
And then number 6, I do not like posy photos, like this one in a tracksuit or like this one in a business suit. Stop it.
You get way more of the MySpace photos. It's like, do you not have a friend or a tripod? You get a lot of like the mirror shot, you know what I mean?
Mirror shot is definitely a no-no. Caller, thank you so much. Do you have anything to say to Ebony, who's with us right now? Hello?
Yeah, as a parent of 4 children between the ages of 17 and 23, don't you feel it's a little bit dangerous to put casual sex as your goal?
Thank you, caller, for your great question. The thing is with us, it's
a social experiment.
It's a social experiment. You don't ever see Ebony without Ivory. I walked into a date last night, and Ivory got there before. I operate on my own time, so I obviously got there around 15 minutes late, but she was in the corner. Like, we're a team. Like, I'm not like, oh, I have a friend in the corner. But she's always there for me. So it's really nice. It's really nice. We have each other's back. We're never going to be
And you're in
there
public
alone.
places.
We're in public settings. We're not going home with someone unless you feel comfortable, unless I feel comfortable. It's really not like that. And I know a lot of people who have gone home with people, but I mean, since we are dating very specific people that we can blog about, we really do have to feel comfortable at the end of the day.
Let me get this. So what is the end game? Is it for you to really find love, or is it just for you to kind of catalog all of these like crazy dates and what you feel like is wrong with men in the world? Like, what is your end game with it?
The end game, really, it's kind of encapsulating a period in a time. We're in such an age right now where this is, like, our children will look back and say, Mommy and Daddy, how did you meet? And you'll say, on a dating website. Like, 10 years ago, it was like the You've Got Mail, the AOL, the, like, instant message before they could even see each other.
Thank you so much, caller. I wanted you to weigh in on one more thing, but we really appreciate that caller. And,
Thank you so much.
and it totally makes sense that, you know, she said she has 4 children, that parents do get scared. So
They do. I mean, I don't want my parents reading this blog. They don't read this blog. But it's a social...
Really? You don't want your parents reading this blog?
Well, I don't want my parents thinking that I have sex either. So I think that's a whole different category.
Too late. She's on Dahéli Live. It's streaming on Facebook.
They're not watching
It's streaming
it.
on the internet. I've already forwarded them the link, and they now know that you have sex. And we've now put up your dating site. That's so fantastic.
Yes, the little line in the corner kind of encapsulates it. It's the good, the bad, and the funny of online dating. The journey of 2 girls who set to online dating for free meals and maybe, just maybe, some sex.
So I'm going to push the limit with the
Push
questions
it.
right now.
Let's push it.
And callers, you guys are also free to ask some limits. Have you gone all the way with one of these people?
Personally, I haven't.
Has Ivory done that?
Ivory has come close. She has not. But basically, right now, we're talking about our dates. We want people to know how they're going, but we're also sharing our inboxes, our online dating lives, our conversations, we have definitely had cyber sex online. You can see the whole entire conversation.
By
online.
cyber sex, you mean like an exchange of like, and then I would do this.
Yeah, it's like
And then I would
phone.
do
It's like phone sex for the.
Is that interesting? It seems
It's kind of hot.
is it?
Yeah.
I feel like it could be hot with someone you don't know, but that, or maybe.
Or if you're just like looking at this guy's like picture, you don't know if it's actually him, but you've got this ripped abs photo in front of you, and he's telling you what he's gonna do to you. It's kind of hot.
Now, you even had one guy post a fictional photo of himself.
Yes, but unbeknownst to this guy, I am a huge Alex Pettifer fan, even before Magic Mike, y'all. Huge.
Right.
So I let it go for a little bit, and then once we were gonna meet, like 3 hours before, I'm like, P.S. I know that's Alex Pettifer. Why the photo? And he said, because I look like him but hotter. And so that's how I knew I wasn't going to go on a date with
like him
him.
but hotter. If you could not get yourself
If
a
you
photo,
can't,
yeah.
exactly. Or it's like the guy who will post a photo of his huge bulging stomach but not his face. That's how you know his face has to be worse than the stomach, so you're not going to even go there.
So before we wrap up, I would like to talk about two things. One, this show, this blog of yours might be developed into a series. Is that right?
Yeah, a television show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So would they actually be now then following you on dates for that television show?
No, it won't be reality. It will be scripted television, and they want to
Oh.
do something, you know, that's going to be maybe a little too. This is my general knowledge. I'd just be selling a concept, but I think they want it to be very like Two Broke Girls-esque. But take that girl and make her like a Samantha Jones, because if you read our blog, the
From Sex in the City.
yes, it's not. Women really aren't our demographic. The people who like love my blog are men, and it's because it's gritty and it's truthful and it's super real.
Right.
So those two girls are the Samantha Joneses, and that's heightened reality, and
Right.
it's just, it's very real.
That's true.
It's very real.
I feel like and the women in their early 20s and mid 20s, like even in their you know, actually women into their 20s and 30s, I think feel like, you know, they have a lot of time for like marriage and all that stuff, so this is the time to explore and really go out there. So we only have a few seconds left with you. So if you can give us like maybe 2 or 3 tips for online dating and let us know.
Okay, first tip. Guy without a picture is married.
Okay.
We'll get into that later.
That's
Guy
true.
without a picture is married. Number 2, guy with like no head chopped off isn't cute. I don't care how nice his body is. And number 3, if a guy sends you a website of just his penis, you have to stay away from it.
Stay away. Stay away.
A website
A website.
of just pictures of his penis.
That's crazy. Let's pull up her blog one more time. This Shannon Morton has been so wonderful having you.
Thank you for having
so
me.
much. And cyberdating.tumblr.com. Watch it. Her posts are hilarious. They make me laugh. Seriously. Up next, we're going to have poetess Alexenia Davis, and we're going to go to a little commercial break. Thank you. So fun.
workers will travel, the city bleeds through the tunnels. Got shitty weed in my pocket, just shaking leaves in abundance. I got it back with some papers, no money, riding for free. At least my habits are saving, some people higher than me. I used to live in the windy and now and they all in valet. I don't know what they do or how they live.
It's been a while since people have been in studio, and so there's some kinks in the system. You got a taste of the rap group that will be on later in the show, and that was intentional. No, it wasn't. So anyway, we are back. Usually we have a poetry minute with Petrushka, but she is not here because we have a fabulous guest named Alexenia Davis, a young poet that I was introduced to by a good friend of mine, Jesse Russell Brooks. Thank you so much for being with us, Alexenia.
Thank you for having me.
I love your locks.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Natural hair.
Natural hair, yay, natural hair. This looks about like 7 years of growth. Am I right?
About 14. I mean, I've trimmed
you've
it
been trimming
a
it.
couple
You've
of
got
times,
it.
but
Oh, nice.
yeah, for a long time.
14. I love it.
I didn't like getting my hair combed out. It
I
wasn't
know.
my thing.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
So, Alexenia Davis, I'm so excited to have you because, you know, a lot of time people think like poets are just like wearing berets and are living in coffee shops. But here you are, this beautiful dynamic lady. You don't have a beret on. You do have black leggings on, so you have a little bit of the black from
Yeah.
that. So thank you for representing.
Everyone says I wear too much black, but I like it.
It's so slimming. It goes with everything. I'm trying to pop more color in my life, which is why I'm wearing orange right now. But so, what do you think about that symbol of poets just being these brooding people, smoking and wearing berets, that beatnik era?
It's interesting because I just feel like it's a lot more spontaneous than that. At least I know for me, like, you know, I don't know, when I'm in my creative process, it's like me driving in my car, a thought comes into my head and I'm just repeating it in my head until I'm able to pull over and write it down. You know, it's not like, it's not as extravagant as people may think, you know, sometimes.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that is how your poetry comes to you. You're hearing this kind of thought that's happening, and then it becomes your actual poem.
Yeah, I'm not really, you know, I don't set my room up or, you know, seek out a setting to write in. It just comes to me really spontaneously, or, you know, maybe it's from a situation that's happening in the moment, but usually it's just something hits me.
Oh, that's great. Now, the thing that I love about you is that you are really a poet. There's not a hybrid with you, like slash actress slash dancer. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I mean, I'm a slash everything. But you were very specific about saying that I am poet. It's even in your email. I mean, there's poet in there. So what made you say that that is who I am?
I feel like that's the gift that God gave me, you know? I mean, of course, like, I'm interested in other things, you know, like when I was younger, I auditioned for things and failed miserably at them. But like, I don't know, I feel like that's the gift that he gave me, to be able to write and to be able to express myself through words. And I mean, that's how I classify it, you know?
So that's the definition that you would give for a poet, a person who is able to express themselves through words.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really great. Would you say be able to express themselves through words in like in kind of prose sentences? Like, is there like, that's really interesting because I mean, I'm expressing myself through words.
Yeah.
But what makes a poet, like specifically a poet, you think?
I guess I would say maybe your thoughts are a little bit more succinct, or, you know, some people may be really, you know, have a lot of imagery, or be really elaborate. It's interesting because I never want to say like someone's not a poet, you know, like
Right.
I have friends who write poetry and, you know, it's really clear and to the point and short and, you know, but the thoughts that they have can still move you, you know?
Right.
So everyone's different, and I don't feel like you can really classify just by the way someone expresses their thoughts, but, you know, there's
Yeah.
a certain form that is poetry, I guess.
That's great. Do you feel that when you tell people that you're a poet, that people get nervous for you, like, oh my God, how are you going to support yourself? Is that like something that comes out? Like, how are your parents or your family, how do they feel about that? Or is it kind of like something to be very proud of, because it kind of has almost like a very kind of elevated, for me anyway, artistic way, because they are kind of the observers and kind of the oracles and the writers of the time, you
Right.
know?
Well, I'll say this. It would be great to be able to just write and make money from my writing, and, you know, there are definitely, you know, a lot of people who do that. For me, this is not how I support myself. So in a way, that's great for me for now, because I feel like it's very pure and uncorrupted.
Yes.
And, you know, I do it leisurely, and, you know, I do have, like, a book, and I plan on publishing more books and selling them. So, you know, I can make money from it, but it's not the way I do support myself. So I don't think anyone's nervous in that way. But if it were, you know, I think that they would be very supportive, and they would know that I could if I wanted to, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of which, let's see your book. This is your first book.
It is my first book.
I'm so proud of you.
It's called Would You Love Me? And,
Wow, that's a really powerful title.
Yeah, in fact, like, that's why I called it Would You Love Me. I wrote it in college. And when I wrote it, it was like I was going through this whole transition, so it was very personal to me. But I feel like the whole phrase "Would you love me" is important, because
Yes.
a lot of times people ask, "Do you love me?" and it's just so fickle.
Oh,
and,
do you love me versus would you love
yeah, and
me?
it's like "Would you love me" is timeless, and it's like through anything, and that's what I would hope that like my future husband would be able to answer.
That
you
is
know?
so beautiful, because, and so illuminates why you're a poet. The do versus the would. I mean, they're both monosyllabic words, but both of them have an infinitely different moment. Could you put up the book once more?
Yeah.
So people can see it. So where can people get that book?
I sell it on my site, alexinadavis.com.
Ooh, Alex, and how much does this run for?
On my site, I sell it a little bit cheaper, so about $14.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Do you mind just reading just like a few stanzas from it?
Yeah, I'll read a page from it.
Okay.
I just want to know love like the one that was promised to me. I just want to feel peace like the one that runs through me. Like the blood in my veins rushing to my heart, which keeps the rhythm of my words, which form at the base of my throat, begging my thoughts to formulate correctly so that they can rise, rise, rise to the roof of my mouth and touch the tip of my tongue and kiss my lips and float to your ears and tell you how much I love you and tell you how much I love you and tell you how much I love you until you have no choice but to love me too.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
That's another part of poetry that is so integral to it, is the rhythm of it. And I saw that the repetition just creates this beautiful kind of rhythm, a cadence to that. Why do you use repetition? Is it just as a hone in the point, or is it for a beat?
I don't use it for too many of my poems. For this poem, I did, especially because I was really planning on recording it. Like, I record a lot of my poems for YouTube, and this was one that, like, when I was recording it, I guess I just added that in.
Oh, nice.
And, yeah, it does really, if, you know, it changes the way you perceive it. It's just like the effect that, you know, music has on you, and I think that that's important if you're going to read poetry, you know, to have that.
Absolutely. Who are some poets that you look up to? Do you have a lot of poets on CD or like as recordings?
I don't, but okay. So I appreciate a lot of a lot of poets, especially the greats like Maya Angelou and Nikki Giovanni. But the two poets, or you know, they're entertainers, but that have really affected me are Tupac and Lauryn Hill.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I just
you
feel
might
like
have won one, but you just lost one. You might.
Yeah, I don't know.
She is a poet. She really is.
Yeah, she is, and I don't know. I just love the way, especially because, you know, of course, they're making music from
Yeah.
ever since I was young. So
Right.
it's like when I go through different times in my life or have gone through different times in my life, there's always something from their material that relates to what I'm going through.
Yeah.
And that's interesting because they're so, like, everyone's multidimensional, but, like, they really prove that with their artistry. Like,
Absolutely. Lauryn Hill, please come back.
I know, I want her to win so bad. Like, I love her.
I do too. I mean, this woman feels so much, and that is why her music was so powerful to us. And sometimes when you feel so much, when all of your nerves are exposed and like that, it can make you kind of like
Yeah.
reverberate with too much, like,
Yeah.
you know, it can almost make you want to like retreat because
Yeah.
it's just too much to live in the world. And the same with Tupac. I miss him a lot. I really do. You can always, this is a perfect time to call in to speak to Alexenia, 626-794-2116. She's right here with us. And I also would love for you to read a poem that you brought specifically for the show.
Okay. I definitely have to read it.
Okay, no worries.
This one is called Best, and
Okay.
it's also on my YouTube.
Ooh. And before we do that, where can we find you on YouTube?
Okay, so my YouTube is youtube.com/Nia59. That's NIA59.
Ooh, NIA59. But Nia is one of the Kwanzaa
Yeah.
things. Which one is that? It's
Gosh,
okay.
don't
Oops.
ask me.
Okay.
It's the end of my name, so that's
Oh,
why.
nice. All right.
Okay. Despite your preconceived notions of me, I do not carry baggage. I'm in love with the idea of love, not Mortal Kombat. I believe that low expectations are the devil's way of remaining in contact. And I know that when the line goes silent, God and I will still forever interact. I've been whisked away, set to sail this ocean called love. Won't you be the sole survivor on my journey? I can't tell if you'll make it, for the horizon still seems untouchable, and the waves still look unstable. And in the distance, there lie obstacles which I can't even predict. I can't promise you a smooth ride, and I can't promise you a steady tide. I can't promise you it will be all right. But I can tell you that if you rough the roughs and brave the braves, you'll be the only one in sight. I know you can't be everything. Just pretty, please, please promise me that you'll invest in me like I'd invest in you, and you never hesitate to do the things lovers do. And if you ever felt that I needed convincing, keep the jewels. I'd settle for a love that's unrelenting. An exhilarating, mind-bending, simply inexplicable experience. A spontaneously consistent system of love that defies all common sense. A first-rate, kind of like fate, never too late. Best love to date. Don't sell me a dream. Sell me reality and never let it depreciate. Sell me a spot in your heart, one that you would willingly validate. Sell me you, a version of you that I can appreciate.
Oh, wow, that is powerful.
Thank you.
So there's a theme with love because it's such a personal and like it brings up everything
Yeah.
when you're like in like a relationship or you have like this when you have a personal attachment to something. Absolutely. Well, what I wanted to do with the last few minutes that we have is just kind of introduce this film that you're in and how that came about and the title and everything like that.
Okay. Well, it was truly a collaboration between me and director/editor/filmmaker Jesse Russell Brooks.
Woohoo! Who brought you here?
Yeah,
So
he
exciting.
did. He's amazing. But yeah, the film that we worked on together is called Make Me a Doorway. And it basically came about because he found this old footage of this girl who he used to know /knows. And he was like, I really want to do something around this footage. And we just ended up going through so many stages of trying to figure out what we wanted to do with it. And we decided to make a video based off of women in his life, past, present, and future.
Ooh, scandalous.
Yeah, and he like, you know, he told me some scenarios and like we elaborated upon it, and I ended up just writing poetry based off of me being the woman. So
Oh,
it's
great.
like a duet between filmmaker and poet. And
That is fantastic. Let us see, without any further ado, Alexenia, thank you so
Thank
much
you
for being
so
with
much.
us. Please check out her YouTube, Nia59.
Yes.
And Alexenia Davis, so you can purchase her book and support poetry and support a wonderful poet here. And thank you so much. And without any further ado, Make Me a Doorway.
Make me illegal. Make me reasonable. Make me matter. Make me a hurry. Make me a figure eight. Make me infinity. You wanted to know me. I could feel you piercing, devouring my lips with your lens, chilling in my peripheral, trying to creep into my vision. Just searching for my soul, trying to find a way to the whole of me. Looking at my demeanor, making judgment calls like border I look meaner than a bully in class halls, but did you ever ask? Did you ever fix your lips to say why? Why do I buy time posing with my hands on my hips and gazing around as if I don't give a? Shift into my scene and see what you see. But don't go off of what you've seen, and then 20 years later, assume that you'll just open a container of well-preserved memories. I woke up this morning and pulled the cloth from off my hair, and I stood there, and I looked in the mirror. And I heard you saying something in the background, and I turned around, but I didn't hear it. I just smiled. I knew you would say something to make me feel this way. Feel the way I feel when I love the way I feel when I don't want to forget that you want to forever remember my silhouette. I went to bed last night, and I didn't care to think about tomorrow. Not because I wasn't waiting for it to come, but because I knew I didn't have to ask it to. Make me necessary. Don't make me additional. Make me vital. Make me medicinal. Make me count, but don't make me numeral. Make me a staple. Make me memorable. And do you know how it really goes? That when these things end, the real me shows? The one that doesn't really know if I could capture the compliments without the incentive of my love. Is my love enough? I rack my brain with all this stuff. Because as soon as I don't have the voices in the background, how will I know? What will I know? Will I remember my name? Will I know I was here? This is the fear you knew was there. Make me an entity. Sew me to your fabric and wrap me instantly. Make me mean stability. Make me a vessel into a world all our own. But do not make me a doorway to a past you disowned. Memories get grainy like film reels. So the real story comes out missing details. And all that you have left to show is an image. An image which you'll take and imagine that if you had a chance to have this happen again, you'd remember it better. But you didn't. You see? You saved what you wanted, but you really don't know me.
Hi, everyone. That was Alexenia Davis's collaboration with Jesse Russell Brooks called Make Me a Doorway. Really fabulous. And I think you can also see it again if you want to on YouTube. Right now, we have our third installation. I told you it was going to be an action-packed Dahéli Live. Welcome, you guys. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
So I'll have you all introduce yourselves and all the way over, and we'll start with you.
My name is Concept.
My name's Quotes.
My name is Fomize. MC Time.
Fantastic. So Concept, Quotes, Fomize, and MC Tom. Do you have a collective group name?
Yes, we do, and it's called the Clutch Crew.
Oh, okay. Because you are there for each other in a clutch.
Exactly.
No, seriously. Did I get that right?
That's perfect.
You're on point with that, yeah.
Oh, really? Is that how it all came out? That's
Yes.
dope. How did you all meet?
Actually, I moved here from Chicago, and I met up with these guys, Ozzy and Quotes here.
Yeah.
And we basically decided we wanted to do music. We were all doing music independently, and we decided to come together.
Yeah.
So Quotes, you met up with Concept, and then did you bring Fomiza and then MC Tom together?
No, what it kind of was is I already kind of met these guys when they were kind of together. So I was doing my own little independent thing, you know, and I bumped into these guys, and everything just kind of folded into place, you know, like so.
That's so dope. Concept, do you feel like you have a different vibe coming from Chicago? Are you guys native to LA?
Oh, I'm from LA, yeah. So
So you have like so it's like LA meets Chicago or
Yeah,
like Midwest?
Absolutely, and that's what we're trying to do is create this connection from LA to the Midwest, and then even from Midwest to New York eventually. But right now we're working on the Midwest to West Coast.
Oh, that's dope. So, MC Tom, do you put in your lyrics, and then Fomiza, do you put in your lyrics, and do other people responsible for beats as well, or is everyone just doing lyrics and then a producer on the other side does the beats? I'll let you.
Well, we have a couple different producers we work with.
Oh, okay.
So, Foam knows them better than I.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know the producers. Concept is actually one of the producers.
Okay.
So he's a lyricist and he's a producer at the same time. And now he handles his 16, my 16, his 16. Whether the beat's coming from Concept.
What is a 16?
16 is 16 bars. It's
Okay.
around like a minute long, like a spit.
Yeah, it's a verse.
That's a
Yeah,
verse.
it's a verse.
Oh, that's dope.
Yep.
And we got other producers too, like Draga Beats. He's one of our
Okay,
producers
shout out
too.
to Draga Beats.
Yeah,
Yep, shout out to Draga,
Yeah.
definitely.
So we got a clutch crew going on. That's like a production team, video, and we're doing music too.
Oh,
so.
that's fantastic. Well, let me just ask you, Concept, where did that name come from?
Well, I was in class, and I had a professor at Los Angeles Valley College, and he was talking about a thing called concept of point. And I'm not going to get into what that theory is, but basically I really loved it, and I decided concept, that comes up in my vocabulary daily, and same with these guys. So I was just like, I think that's the name, and that's what stuck.
Oh, that's dope. And how did quotes come out?
Well, quotes for me is a little different story. Like I've been doing this, this whole rap thing for like 4 or 5 years, and I always had a dilemma, what name I'm gonna choose, what name I'm gonna stick with me, because that's the thing that's gonna follow, So
Right.
So I was having a dilemma with that. I was thinking, and then quotes will always pop up there. It always recur, it always pop up there.
Right.
So it was always stuck in the back of my head. And when I finally presented these guys, it was everything was like
It
ready.
just
To,
worked
it just
together.
went together.
It was a rap.
So it was
Oh,
a rap.
cool.
So yep, that's how that got started.
I like it. And for Mizza and MC Tom, will you tell me where the genesis of your names came from?
Okay. So before I was from Izza, from Izza.
From
accent.
Mizza. There's an accent. I have an accent in my name
Okay,
too.
cool.
Dahéli.
Dope.
There you go.
Yeah. So before that, I was Foam.
Okay.
And then we just kind of, adapted the name a little bit more trendy,
Okay.
more
Why?
appealing.
Oh, that's foam. Just
Yeah.
like on the top of a surf.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And me and Tom go back a lot too, so he knows
Yeah,
Foam.
and I call myself Time because time is never ending, and I
Oh.
wanted to be something like what's something.
MC Time.
Yeah, Time,
I thought
not
it was
Tom.
Like
No.
Tom, Dick, and Harry. MC Time. That's
Time, like the
dope.
clock.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's something that you can't beat. You can never beat time. It's
You
always
really
gonna.
can't.
Yeah.
We're all in it. Well, we're gonna show one of your music videos right now. Will you guys quote concept, introduce it for me?
Sure,
Either one of
sure.
you?
The video is called Get There, and it's basically about traveling. We do public transportation quite often, and it's
Shout out to
basically-
MTA.
Yeah, it's about getting from point A to point B.
Yeah, not only public transportation and all that, but just trying to get anywhere in your life. Trying to get from point A to point B, whatever that got to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Absolutely. And even as artists, me too. I mean, my journey has gone ups, down, and it's all about trying to get there to your own personal success and goals that you want to do as an artist too.
Right.
So without any further ado, let's show this exclusive music video here on Dahéli Live. Thank you so much for being on. And then when we come back, y'all, they are going to perform live. What? This has never happened before. We're going to clear the set, and they're going to perform live. So without any further ado, let's get there with
do
Get
it.
There. Okay.
Perfect, perfect.
Workers will travel, the city bleeds through the tunnels. Got shitty weed in my pocket, just shaking leaves in abundance. I got it back with some papers, no money riding for free. At least my habits are saving, some people higher than me. I used to live in the windy and now I'm deaf with the angels. Walk on top of the stars, like I'm finally famous. Just take a look at the cars, and they all in valet. I don't know what they do or how they live in this way. I'm just telling the truth, and plus I don't really care. I stack those riches in time, but now I live in despair. Let me breathe when I inhale fumes from the smokestack. Stares cause my skin pale, know how my soul acts. What I gotta do, gotta get me moving today. We be perusing the outskirts, catch a groove on a wake. Drop the top when we cruising, back is choosing location. All they know is extortion, the city helps us embrace it. We facing times that is rough, and shit's about to get tougher. We pulling on to the music, pulling up on the cover. We don't mess with no police, those lights are flashing behind us. I be keeping it low-key, ain't no plans for excitement. When I'm riding the rails, underground in the dark, through the wrecks in the the sewers, I see the flashes and sparks. Where the masses embark on a path you were late. You're the passing my way. I just have to escape to the place that's so vivid that I can picture its image. Snap a shot of my thoughts. You don't have to relive it. Oh yes, I flow through this air. Breathe it in, keep it in. Work so hard for the even in. Unlock doors with a key to win. See the pen, writing out words on the page, on the stage, spitting out words with a sound of rage. Looks like this be the final phase. Get to the top, ain't no top for commitment. We reach to the spot. It's our last destination. I just wanna know what I need to do to get there all in one piece.
You can't lose your focus or stay out of bounds. If you gonna do something, you better do it now.
I just gotta know where I need to be to get there all in one piece.
You need to keep on pushing, you can't just stand around. You need to rise up and move, yo, the time is now.
I just gotta know where I need to be to get there all in one piece.
You can't lose your focus or stay out of bounds. If you're gonna do something, you better do it now.
I just gotta know what I need to do to get there all in one piece.
You need to keep on pushing, you can't just stand around. You need to rise up and move, yo, the time is now. I guess it's time to move, that means no looking back. Trying to reach my destination, memorizing all my tracks, just in case I get lost in my train of thought. Pack all my shit, yo, I'm out. Give me a pound, I won't be back until I'm crowned. Slam the gate, I'm on my way, I'm on my own, but that's okay. I got my family back in everything I say, and for me that's all I need to get from point A to point B. It doesn't matter how I get there. Timing, Godspeed, fuck that, I'm shifting gears. Ain't no time to be waiting around. My clock keeps winding down, I need to catch it, my time is now. Hold up, I lost my train of thought. Where's my memory so I can retrace my steps and fall into my destiny the way that it was meant to be. Back from the start, see this life is like a puzzle. I'm just trying to fit my parts until it comes together properly, the way that it's supposed to be. And when I get there, I'm gonna bring everyone close to me. Success is getting close, so I can feel it. Here's a toast to me. Scratch that, a toast for us, cause y'all the reason why I'm here. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't know what direction to steer. So cheers, we headed westbound, passing lights, no stopping red. Fuck the cops, we speed ahead, laughing as we bump this shit. See, we're on and moving, anything that you can do. We're unstoppable like two trains coming through, headed both the same direction, ready to smash anything, stepping in our lane or in our way. So back up or get smacked both ways. It's a sunny day, a perfect time to steal the evening. I'm walking back and forth, just trying to find the reason, trying to find the right direction that could lead me to my freedom.
I just wanna know what I need to do to get there all in one piece.
You can't lose your focus or stay out of bounds. If you gonna do something, you better do it now.
I just gotta know where I need to be to get there all in one piece.
You need to keep on pushing, you can't just stand around. You need to rise up and move, yo, the time is now.
I just gotta know where I need to be to get there all in one piece.
You can't lose your focus or stay out of bounds. If you're gonna do something, you better do it now.
I just gotta know what I need to do to get there all in one piece.
You need to keep on pushing, you can't just stand around. You need to rise up and move, yo, the time is now.
That was fantastic. So we now have the Clutch crew in our midst, about to drop it live here on Dahéli Live, because that's how we do. 1, 2, 3, let's kick it. It would be so amazing if the music went right when I said that. Let me try it again. 1, 2, 3, let's do this.
Yo, shout out to my homie Major Tone from Izzy on the track, yo. You see the top elite MCs ain't really all there, but on the really, they really all there. Guru rap like slick ball head, Suwu rag like Tupac wear. A foolproof plan against all warfare, meaning I'm prepared for a tsunami. Leaning on a chair like Trick, I'm king. Now show me them things like it's New Orleans. Your chick on my pipe like a hardcore fiend. All kinds of flips like a parkour team. Gifted lyricists, my craft stay hovering. Use on some other stuff, boy, use a summary. I'm a whole book and use just a summary. Frontin' like a crook, like you know I got that gun on me. Get out of here, you gotta be as high as the stratosphere. Thinking you can enter my lane, my domain don't allow about lames. Cost you more than an arm and a leg, plus a gold chain. Your time ticking, boy, like that clock on Flavor Flav. Your quotes.
That's what it is, man. Yeah. If you like the way that sounds, put your hands in the air now. Everybody else, you can stand there and stare. From my voice to the snare to the bass that be bumping. We create noise to make people start jumping. You get up off your seat so fast you start dancing. Like you in a trance, feet stomping, hands clapping. This year is live like lights, camera, action. 2 turntables in the mic create magic. Anything else sound distorted over static. So I'm sorry if I'm coming just a little bit dramatic, but in my opinion, you're two pairs to the classics. We on another move, make the up with his passions. Wherever you are, turn his music up and blast this. Pass it on to, yo, MC Town, I hit this.
Yeah, why? Yeah, hey yo, they love to hear the story again and again. About this young brother by the name of MC Tim with a E at the end, homie fight with a pen. So deep in debt that he got his stuff slapping on Debt's chin. Got a job but can't spend, they taking his ends. Got no family with him, he just stay with his friends. Stays in Cali where everybody riding the Benz. He can't afford some 87, let alone rims. Government check for my check as soon as I check in. Ain't no clubber, you can find me chilling up at West Wind, playing ball. Meanwhile, against the wall, I'm pinned. A lesser man would probably use hallucinogens. He peeped the truth for a minute, then the record gets spin. He done told you about the problem, should've listened to him. Or just listen to Slim, cause we at the rock bottom. Now the problems I was talking about, now everybody got them, yeah.
Yo, I said it before, I'm getting everyone together in my head to perform. And I'ma set up a tour and make a musical storm. And now it's raining, it's pouring, we all getting killed in battle. No warning, and sure thing, you could take some from a king, but don't you ever even think to bleed from the kingdom. Once a man try to figure out what your worth is, you ain't worth nothing but a worm in the dirt, kid. Got a lot of heart, but you hooked on a line. All the lines in your hook been took out of mine. Maybe make Matt miraculously makes more metaphors. Maybe Matt miraculously makes the stars just align. Kinda kept control confined, killing kindness using rhymes. She says some super sofa sitting high up in the sky. Say goodbye, I'm never coming back into your mind, and I'm never coming back to your side. That's right. That's Clutch Crew. Thank you very much. Yep. Okay.
Okay. Crush Groove. Crush Groove. Crush Groove. Oh no. Crush Groove. That was amazing. Thank you so much. We are right here with the Clutch Crew. We've got concepts. We've got quotes. And I'm about to spin a little bit for Yos. Just doing it right here very well. Dahéli Live. Just sit for a spell. We're about to drop bombs right on your moms. Here with all my friends. Come back every Wednesday. We got so many dope people. Thank you so much. MC Time, Faux Musée, Alexandria Davis. What? Shannon Moore, Insider Dating. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Thank you. I was not raised out in Brooklyn. Thank you, everyone.